Up next, a high-speed pursuit in Joplin today ended with a crash and 2 people in custody. We'll bring you the latest. We also have an update on Greg Dagnan's wrongful termination lawsuit against the city of Carthage, who an amended petition approved by a judge now singles out, and why it was a Wednesday in Girard a whole lot of young athletes won't soon forget. Your news at 6 starts right now.
You're watching KODE Action 12 News at 6.
Hi there, good evening. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. 2 people were arrested after leading Joplin police on quite the chase today. This was the aftermath. It ended at 20th and Connecticut after the car that was being chased crashed into an SUV. Started around 11:30 on West 7th Street near Schifferdecker and proceeded to wind through a number of neighborhoods before winding up on 20th Street. Joplin police arrested Dakota Bell and Jessica Van Kirk. They were inside that vehicle. Van Kirk was then taken to a local hospital for treatment. Bell is in the Joplin City Jail on no bond. No charges have been filed, but he faces multiple allegations: resisting arrest, careless driving, driving under the influence of drugs, drug possession, and driving with a suspended license. He was charged with vehicle theft 2 weeks ago and was free on bond. A fire this afternoon in Carl Junction has been ruled accidental. It happened just before 2 at a residence off Meadow Lane near Lone Elm Drive. CJ Fire Chief Joe Perkins said it was fully engulfed when they got there, and it was the outside burning of illegal materials spreading that resulted in the trailer catching fire. Thankfully, though, no one was injured. Charges have been dropped in Newton County against 40-year-old Joseph Childers of Neosho. He's a now former county deputy who had been accused of domestic abuse. The alleged incident happened in July and involved his wife. According to the prosecutor, the charges were dropped after she stopped cooperating. A local PAC is back in the crosshairs of a wrongful termination lawsuit filed by former Carthage City Administrator Greg Dagnan. The judge has approved an amended petition Dagnan's attorneys filed for wrongful termination and wrongful interference with his contract. This amended petition still names the city of Carthage. This time singles out council members Tiffany Causey and Alan Snow. And despite the objections of attorney Bill Lasley, the judge allowed Dagnan to include Carthage Citizens United as a party to the lawsuit. In August, the judge dismissed CCU from that petition, as well as most of the city council members. But he did grant Dagnan time to amend his original petition. As a reminder, Dagnan's petition states Causey and Snow publicly humiliated him by questioning his integrity during open city council meetings. Additionally, the litigation claims Dagnan was fired because he uncovered and reported theft of city funds by former city employees. Now, Dagnan was officially fired on May 30th after nearly 2 months and 11 city council meetings. Now, we obviously will continue to cover this story and the latest council developments. You can also check out our past stories on 4stateshomepage.com. Well, along with political candidates, voters in Missouri next month will also decide the fate of several constitutional amendments. You've seen plenty of signs for and are probably familiar with Amendment 3. But what about Amendment 7? Well, it entails in part banning ranked choice voting, which allows voters to rank each candidate for a given office in order of preference, as opposed to the current system where they only vote for one candidate. So when votes are counted, the candidate with the fewest amount is dropped from consideration. The other choices are then counted. In other words, if your first choice was eliminated, your second choice would then be counted, and so on, until a winner would be determined. Now, we spent some time today with Dr. Nicole Foster-Schoaf. She's a political science professor at Missouri Southern. She told us among the concerns are educating voters on how it works and the time it could potentially take to count the votes.
And a desire from existing political parties to maintain their dominance in the system. One of the few things Democrats and Republicans can reliably be expected to agree upon is that the 2 parties is enough.
Professor Schoaf also told us she isn't aware of any Missouri city or county currently using ranked choice voting. We did some checking on that, couldn't find it either. Again, it is just part of Amendment 7, which would also add language to the state constitution banning anyone from not a U.S. citizen from voting, which is already part of state law. Jeremiah Cook's going to bring us more on this story tonight at 10 o'clock. Well, Jasper County leaders have made a big decision that could make a significant tax difference for some residents. Action 12's Gretchen Bolander has that story.
Year over year, I think people will notice a significant savings as property values go up.
Because for certain older homeowners, their property taxes will stay as is in the future.
It will make a difference. I think the county has decided to invest in the aging citizens that are residents in Jasper County.
The county commission in Jasper County has approved a measure that will freeze property taxes for senior citizens. It's an option state lawmakers passed last year, but Jasper County is just one of a short list of counties to take action.
Essentially what it does is freezes the qualifying seniors' real estate tax at the 2024 level. There's a few little nuances to that, but that's the basics of it. You have to be 62. You have to have your residence as your homestead, and you have to prove it's your homestead.
So if you qualify in 2025, that tax bill won't change. In fact, it'll stay frozen each year you're approved through the program.
The law itself requires proof from the citizen, which means, generally speaking, a certified copy of the deed with your name on it. If it's in trust, there's going to have to be some documents you're going to have to provide there.
The county is still developing the process to apply and be approved for the program. They expect the first application process to run from January through May of next year. Reporting in Jasper County, I'm Gretchen Bolander, Action 12 News.
All right, Gretchen, thanks. Hey, it is good to go in Carl Junction, a new practice field near the junior high, all equipped with artificial turf to more closely mimic the game day experience. It is available for both football and soccer practices. It is the first finished piece in an $18 million bond issue approved by voters in the spring.
It was awesome seeing anything new for the football team, and everybody gets excited, so that was fun. And then it feels great. It's also much different than our turf, but I like the colors, and we all liked it a lot. We haven't gotten to contact on it yet, but it feels very soft just from what we can tell.
We're very blessed, to live in a community that does things like this, that passes bond issues. And we're looking at the athletic part of the complex here, but, the community was very generous in voting for it.
Other projects still to come from that bond issue include new baseball and softball fields and improvements to the school district's farm. All right, if you are taking part in this year's Maple Leaf Festival festivities in Carthage, want to dress the part? Well, you can, and you have options. All kinds of gear and accessories on sale now inside the chamber office off South Garrison Avenue. So much to talk about. In fact, we're going to let somebody pretty important talk about it. It's Chamber President and CEO, Ray. Her name, Julie Reams.
We've expanded our color palette and we've added our wonderful Carthage blue, reds, greens, hoodies, hats, visors, book bags, all kinds of fun stuff that will help celebrate the Maple Leaf Festival in its 58th year this year.
How about that? Festival officially begins a week from this Saturday. This year's parade will consume things in and around the square the Saturday after that. That's October 19th. And once again, it will be broadcast live on our sister station, KSN. We will be part of the parade again this year. It's always fun to walk that route and say hi to so many people, and I'm really looking forward to it this year.
I've been asked to drive the bus this year, the trolley
It's
that
not
we're
a
in.
bus, it's a trolley.
It's a trolley. I'll be
have
driving it.
never, nor will you ever be asked to drive that.
It looks like fun,
They've
though.
even kind of talked to Ray about not giving him so much candy because he
Well, I give it all away at the square.
he practices on his fastball sometimes. No, we do. We're out of candy, but like
Yes.
in the first 500 yards of that thing.
We'll do pretty good this year.
Yes, we will.
I think we will manage to get through the parade with
Yeah.
candy at the end. All right, hey, that is coming up soon. Of course, just a couple of weeks from now, in fact. But it does not feel like fall at all out there. We're looking at temperatures in the 90s starting tomorrow. More on the forecast is next. Here's a look at today's almanac.
This is KODE Action 12 News at 6. And now, your Storm Tracker forecast with meteorologist Ray Foreman.
We are still going to see some big temperature swings from morning to afternoon. We started at 45 this morning and then ended up in the 80s. We're going to see something similar to that tomorrow, especially those afternoon high temperatures. So cool mornings, afternoons near 90 tomorrow, Friday, Saturday as well. And unfortunately, still no rain, probably even into next week. I think we're going to be staying dry at least for the next 10 days. We do have a clear sky in Joplin and very low humidity. That dry air cools off faster after sunset, but it also warms up quicker during the daytime. On the Bridgewater roofing camera, we are at 81, a light south wind, and just look at how dry the air is right now. Humidity down to about 20%. In Neosho, temperatures here also still near 80 degrees. It's 82, a southwest wind. It is clear. All of us seeing temperatures in the 80s this afternoon, with the exception of Stockton. That's the only place that's been in the upper 70s and still at 79 right now. We do have a high pressure across the southeastern part of the U.S., and this is what has really shut down all the moisture, so there's no moisture coming out of the Gulf of Mexico for us. Any systems that get caught in this track here to the north of that ridge are going to be dry as they get here. One of those is off to the north and west of us right now, and this is simply just causing the wind to pick up a little bit, especially by tomorrow afternoon. As this line gets closer to us, that's low pressure, so it's the opposite of the high that's off to the east of us. We will see the wind starting to pick up around 20, maybe 25 miles an hour at times tomorrow, but dry air and the cooler weather does not make its way into the 4 states at all. Temperatures tonight down to about 59 with a clear sky. It's going to be a nice cool evening. 91 tomorrow, but breezy. A southwest wind gusting to about 20, maybe 25 miles an hour during the afternoon. All of us getting back to around 90, even back towards Monette, upper 80s at least. And then you see low 90s, Parsons, Pittsburgh 91 as well, same as Joplin. And we are going to see warmer weather continuing, even though a front is trying to make its way across the area. It doesn't quite make it through the area as we head into Friday. Friday night, just a few clouds for some of those high school football games, but unfortunately, nothing in the way of any rain associated with that. Temperatures, though, that's the big story here. 90 for Friday, 92 on Saturday and Sunday. We're still in the mid-80s. We start to cool off a little bit closer to average temperatures next week, with lows finally getting back to around 50 by Monday night into Tuesday. Stay with us. The 4-State Sports Report is coming up next.
This is the Robergia 4-State Sports Report with Michael Imam.
After winning last season, Diamond Softball is creating a dynasty under a special head coach. Our Cam Isimone has the story.
The sound of champions. After winning a state championship and districts last season with the Diamond Wildcats, the Missouri State High School Activities Association named head coach Kelsey Parrish Coach of the Year.
Without my team working hard and getting to postseason and getting to state, Misha wouldn't even know who Kelsey Parrish was.
Growing up in Diamond, the now two-time Misha Coach of the Year said ever since she was in 2nd grade.
My dream was to come back and be a 2nd grade teacher and a softball coach, and so here I am living my dream.
But she gives all the credit to her players.
She is always one phone call away. You can text her about anything. She's always there for us.
She's not scared to push you and be hard on you, but she's also there when you need someone to talk to. She's the first person I can text when I would have questions about colleges or I was scared about what was next.
Especially outside of softball, she's definitely someone you can go to about anything. They're just there to support us and push us, and if we ever need any help, they're always there.
Coach Parrish says the culture that has been built through her team on and off the field has been the nucleus to Diamond Softball's success.
What they do and how hard they work for me is a coach's dream. I have a great team of girls. I have an amazing assistant coach who buys in and has the same philosophy as me, and I think those key ingredients is what landed up the success that we had last season.
Gearing up for a highly anticipated season in the spring, Coach Parrish and the Wildcats have already started working to repeat history in their upcoming year. Reporting in Diamond, I'm Cam Isimone.
All right, Cam, thanks. Switching to our Athlete of the Week, Joplin Volleyball's Adeline Norfelice has achieved milestone after milestone. In just a 3-week span, she reached 1,000 assists and shattered her school's assist record, too. While some describe her as stone cold on the court, I found out off of it she's anything but. Adeline Norfelice has achieved one milestone after another.
I'd have to say stone cold or humble.
but she isn't one to wear her heart on her sleeve.
No matter what emotion she's feeling, she has the same look on her face. So you can never really get a good read on her, which I guess is a good thing for our opponent.
But they always know when she's on the court. The senior Joplin volleyball setter broke the school assist record last weekend, and shortly before then, she reached the 1,000 assist mark. But none of this would be possible without her mom.
My mom signed me up for club ball my 6th grade year, and I played club, and ever since then I just fell in love with the sport of volleyball.
Adeline comes from a long line of successful athletes. Her grandfather, a Hall of Famer at Missouri Southern, and her uncle, a former baseball star at Missouri State. One of the reasons she wears the number 16. And while stone cold may be who she is on the court, off the court, she's anything but.
She's a teddy bear on the inside, so I think she cares a lot about the people around her, and she does whatever she can on and off the court, and she shows that through her play and just being involved in the community and in the school.
And her teammates with her every step of the way. North Felice and Joplin will travel to take on Republic tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. And that's your look at sports. Mike is back with more news after the break.
High School Athlete of the Week is sponsored by Helitech Waterproofing and Foundation Repair.
Pittsburgh State is seeing a slight uptick in freshmen, new transfers, and returning students this fall. Overall enrollment up 42 students, 16 more freshmen than last year. There's also more transfer students this fall compared to a year ago. The biggest increase, returning students, a 78% hike from first to second year kids, 5% hike from second to third year ones. It is the 4th straight year the university has experienced an enrollment increase. Well, it was, quote, a busy, crazy day in Girard today. Those are the words from Olivia Ryan, Southeast Region Director for Special Olympics Kansas, friend of this program as well. All because of a whole lot of cornhole action taking place inside the Girard Activity Center. Part of this year's Southeast Region Unified Youth Cornhole Tournament. It was the 3rd straight year it's happened in Girard. 150 teams today representing 12 counties. 18 boards going at a time. Each team consisted of one individual with and one individual without a disability. And as it is with other Special Olympic events, it is about so much more than competition.
I feel like I'm actually able to do something. I'm helping with something, helping with a cause. And it allows me to have some fun. And, you know, we get closer as the events go on. So it's just nice being able to create a relationship in that and a friendship and go around and do fun things like this.
So the purpose is to celebrate inclusion, but to also bring in the competition for the athletes. It's a great way for schools to meet each other. It's a great way for the community to help in, but it's most of all a great way to celebrate inclusion.
This tournament also got plenty of help from 45 high school volunteers as well as a number of community members. Well, it was Farm Day today at Pleasant Valley Elementary in Carthage. It's a homecoming week, so the school took this Western Day theme to the next level. The farm unit is also part of the school's preschool curriculum. It has been for the past decade. So they had all kinds of fun things, Ray. A cow, horse, baby, calf, not a baby and a calf, a baby calf, sorry, several chickens, ducks, dogs, bunnies, a goat, sheep, even a pet rat. All available for the kids to see, in some cases touch, in this petting zoo on campus.
It's a chance for us to bring in a variety of animals that are local and not at a zoo. A lot of kids, they get to go to a zoo and they see some of these exotic animals, but some of our locals, they don't get the opportunity to have them in their backyard or on a farm, so we're bringing them to them.
A lot of our kids come in maybe just knowing what an animal is in a book, but not actually knowing what fur feels like or feathers. So today they get to touch, they get to experience exactly what those animals feel like.
What's that? I'm sorry?
An adult calf? You said baby calf.
Right. I did. I was more upset that I said baby, paused, and then calf. My goodness. By the way, faculty and staff help provide those animals. All right, in the wake of all the devastation caused by Hurricane Helene, These were on display today for folks to check out at Freeman Health System's main campus. A modular hospital and trailers, all equipped to respond to natural disasters. So things like tornadoes, floods, ice storms, even mass casualty events. Once on the scene, they can be synced and ready to go within 90 minutes. All of it is affectionately known as Little Freeman.
What we're doing is a little mass casualty exercise, and it's what we're calling an alternate care site plan, where we've had to go off-site to take care of our patients. And we've been planning this for a while, and typically we do it for clinical staff. Today it was for the people that have to set up the facilities, that have to operate in these conditions.
Communications trailer is also part of Little Freeman. Skip Harper says first responders can use just one piece or all of them if or when the need arises. And another reminder about this, Nexstar Broadcasting, the mothership, hosting a live digital telethon tomorrow to raise money for hurricane victims. Money raised through this portal, and it is over $100,000 so far, all earmarked for victims. The telethon runs from 2 to 3. It is time now for tonight's Red, White, and Blue salute. Bill Rose was a gunnery sergeant in the United States Marine Corps. He served during World War II. We salute you, sir, and we thank you for your service.
All right, weather tonight, temperatures down to about 60, but look at those afternoon highs, 90s Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and still well into the 80s Sunday. Next week might actually feel a little bit more like October, but it really doesn't feel much like it during the afternoons
All right,
tomorrow.
so we got 90s, but it's not 90s that we had like a month ago because no humidity, so it's bearable.
We'll have a heat index of 88. How about that? A wind chill.
Still
a wind chill of 88
Still going to be
tomorrow.
warm. A wind chill, huh?
Yes.
Interesting. Thank you. Good stuff. We thank you for watching as well, folks. We will see you here back at 10. Have a great night.